Welcome back, beautiful people of the podcasting world. It's been a minute, hasn't it been a minute, boys? Three Amigos podcast is back, baby. We're back. Hiatus is over. We're gonna give you a podcast every single fucking day in 5 years. 5 years. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just kidding. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. My boys, Christopher Langsdorff, Anthony Olan. Go ahead, say hello, boys.
Hey, we're back. How's everybody doing?
It's
Thank you.
about time.
Thank you. Thank you. We're back to whoever's listening out there. We appreciate whoever loves to hear this stuff. I know we have a few fans out there, some
We
personal fans.
got 14 plays on our last episode, which was Nintendo Direct episode. 14 plays.
Yeah, that's not bad, honestly. I think maybe 2022 is going to be a busy year for me. I'm sure we'll do like a podcast updating our lives that no one cares about. But it's going to be a busy year for myself, but I'm willing to try and tackle this on. And guess what we're tackling today with 2 weeks out, the rise of Pokemon Arceus. That's what's the most one of the most anticipated games I think we rated ourselves personally. I'd like to think for this new year, even though there's not much really coming out or has been out that's been most anticipated for us personally as gamers. But yeah, Pokemon Arceus, it's coming out in 2 weeks. I think Ant said he had it pre-ordered at one point. I don't know if that was true still. I know I was just gonna wait, I think, after the reviews, but let's dive in, boys. Whoever wants to jump in. I think let's start off with your overall excitement about this.
Yeah, well, Anthony, as the person who may or may not have already pre-ordered, what are you looking forward to?
So first, yes, I did pre-order it. Reason why I pre-ordered it is you get like a pre-order bonus if you do. It's like a physical art card collection or something from GameStop. But the thing I'm excited for is this is like a new format. We didn't really see a new format back since I think Let's Go was like a new format in a way. Considering with the co-op play and the motion controls for capturing no battling wild Pokemon. So I'm excited to see what they do differently here as a completely new format compared to what they originally done. And that's like, the main excitement there for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think from all the trailers they've been releasing more recently, I think it looks awesome. I really I really liked those Pokemon Coliseum games from GameCube days. And those were super different. I remember in the first one, the Pokédex, for all the people that complain about not having 900 Pokemon in every single game. I remember the Pokédex in Pokemon Coliseum was 48. That was the number of Pokemon you could catch. There were no wild Pokemon. It's the only Pokemon game ever made where there were no wild Pokemon. And that game was awesome. And there were no gyms. It was just a straight up story. You just played through a story, and it was awesome. So
never played them.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Arceus. I was gonna pre-order, and then I was gonna wait for reviews, and then I was like, it doesn't matter. I buy every Pokemon game that comes out. Like,
Yeah,
there's nothing except for like Pokemon Snap, but like all like the main like battle, like classic games. I guess it's like the people that say like, oh yeah, we're nervous or what. I'm like, you're gonna buy it anyway. Like it's not. There's never been a scenario where I'm like, I'm skipping that one. It's like I've played all the Pokemon games. I'm certainly not gonna stop now. And yeah, it looks really cool to me. I think what's exciting is that it looks like they're gonna kind of bring a lot of elements from other Pokemon games into this. Like, there was like one Pokemon Stadium game on the Wii that was like Battle Revolution or something. And I remember in that game, the Pokemon, when they attacked, would actually run up to the Pokemon they were attacking and then attack and then retreat. And I was like, that's such a cool animation. I wish we would get that in a main game. And then they put it in this game. And I was like, that's awesome. They're pulling from a really like,
Mhm.
I don't know how many people even played that game when it came out. And there's a lot of like, it seems like Pokemon Snap mechanics where like you have to observe a Pokemon doing a certain action or get it to do a certain attack in the wild or something, so you can like add it to the Pokedex. I don't know. All this stuff looks like Game Freak is really trying to like take things in a new direction. I also don't know if this is like a one-off. I really hope it's not, because this would be like a really cool separate series to go into, since I think it's canonically gonna technically be the first Pokemon game ever. It's like it takes place before Red and Blue. So that's really interesting. Yeah,
So
I'm super excited. Everything about it looks like you could just get totally lost in the world that they created.
so when you said like you want them to make like more of these kind of games, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that, because I was just before we were recording, I was thinking that it's called Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Mhm.
So that tells me we might see Pokemon Legends Rayquaza, Pokemon
Yeah, I was
Legends,
thinking that same thing too. I was
some
thinking that
other,
potentially.
so that because we got a brief um like information on Rayquaza from the Omega and Alpha games about like what happened in the past and the people using coming together to make him Mega Evolve. So it'll be cool to experience that as well. And maybe some other Pokemon. Maybe one with Curum, that'd be a cool one to get into. Since they talk about how he like, is a monster who eats people, as the legend says. So that'd be pretty interesting.
Well, for
Yeah,
me,
yeah, Gen 5 got kind of wild with with some of those storylines.
when it comes to my overall excitement, just to give my quick 2 cents, since again I am one that took a hiatus, huge hiatus from Pokemon, went into Sword and Shield after not playing anything in between of Ruby. Um, and now that I do have the remake of Pearl, and I will be playing that, I'm probably gonna wait for Pokemon Arceus, which is hilarious. I'm gonna admit it right here, and that special person out there listening, my fiance, I have yet to buy any of the newest Pokemon games because she's the one been buying them for me because it's on my wish list. So since my birthday's coming up in February, I'm just gonna wait for February and hopefully she buys it for me. I'll put it on my list. So continue that streak. But you know, I'm overall excited for to experience another ever growing change in the Pokemon, gaming community. So, this game is absolutely foreign to me. Where you guys have seen aspects and elements of this game and else in other games, I haven't. I'm sure I'll see maybe some resemblance from Sword and Shield as well as a new Pokemon out there for Pearl. This one's a Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. So I'm excited to see what this game is gonna bring overall for me. When we saw like the trailer for that, man, was that fucking cool almost a year ago. It blew our mind the potential of an open world, which is something I'm gonna touch upon later. I'm really excited for just overall like that access, and I'm excited for the Pokemon just because like they did announce something new. They didn't keep it, you know, uh, just strictly to past Pokemon. They added some new flavor, sprinkled some flavor in there, some sazon, and made it a little bit, more flavorful by adding these region Pokemon, which they've been accustomed to doing now. They've been doing a lot of region style Pokemon for the last couple of years. I've definitely noticed, and that's pretty cool. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the mechanics of this game, which could work against itself. We don't know. Again, something I could touch upon later. What we all might touch upon. So I don't want to say too much other than I'm just overall excited for, this game's what the potential of this game. I have maybe we have too much high hopes and maybe we should keep our like our anticipation low or our hopes low. I try to keep my hopes low for many things because I don't want to be severely disappointed. I don't want to have my Alien Colonial Marines moment when I was so excited for that game. And boy, did that teach me a lesson. Never, ever pre order games anymore. Never, ever have such high hopes for something and excitement. Even though I did have fun with that, but fuck that. That's the story for a different time. But yeah, moving on. What's your guys' most anticipated thing? We kind of touched base upon that, but quickly, if you don't mind, what are your most anticipated thing about this?
I don't know. I don't know how true this is because I only seen some of the videos. I haven't seen all the videos. Supposedly, you don't have to use the first Pokemon in your party at battle. You can choose whichever one you want in your party to battle first. Um,
Haven't heard that,
Interesting.
but
yeah,
that'd be
that's what
cool.
I heard. And if it's true, then great, because I've been waiting for that for a long time. So I don't know if it's true. I just something I heard from somebody. Um, that's probably like the one main thing that I'm really like anticipated for if that is true. But the other thing is being able to travel the map using different Pokemons, like being able to fly around the map, ride horseback on one of the Pokemons, or ride on the back of that big fish thing. Because we've seen stuff like that before in like Sun and Moon, and then Omega and Alpha had the Latios flying around the map. So as I said earlier, they're taking stuff from older games and making it better and bigger and putting it here. So I'm excited for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the thing I'm most anticipating, it's kind of tied. I guess like on a broader scale, I'm really highly anticipated for whatever the story is
All right.
because they've seemed to have kept it pretty quiet so far. In a lot of the marketing stuff and trailers, they still have not explained what role Arceus plays in the story or even like what the story is. They've just kind of showed how the gameplay mechanics work. And the last time they did a Pokemon game that was like extremely story heavy was Gen 5. And those stories are, I like to be completely honest, maybe the only Pokemon games with like legitimately interesting stories.
Mhm.
I think Gen 3 was probably close with like the land, one guy wanting to turn the world into just land and the other one wanting to turn it into all water. There were like some cool parts, but like all of Gen 5 was just a massive story that was so big it got like direct sequels. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So and I liked it. A lot of people maybe didn't like the Pokemon in Gen 5, but the story was cool. So I'm excited, like really looking forward to whatever it is they've planned with a single player game. Seems like it's going to have a pretty massive story. The battle system looks really cool. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like that they're messing around with, you use a certain, agile style move and it lets you go twice in a row, but it takes up more PP, but then the move isn't as strong. So you have to kind of strategize how you're gonna go about taking down some of the stronger Pokemon. It just looks really interesting. A lot of times in Pokemon games, you can play them without even really having to think about strategy at all. Like when we were all kids and we would just have 4 attacking moves and just beat down everyone in the game until we like made it through the Elite Four.
Except for sleeping.
But so far the battle style looks really interesting. So I'm curious to see how that plays throughout the game. You still can't have 5 moves. I've been asking for a long time and just let us have a 5th move or like swap moves in and out or something. But like still, this looks like a really interesting step that they're taking.
Are they allowing 4 moves in here? Because every gameplay I've seen, it looks like it's only showing 2 different moves.
I mean,
No,
it's
still 4. Still 4.
Okay.
It might have just been because a lot of the footage is early game stuff, so the Pokemon only have like 1 or 2 moves.
Okay.
But some of the other stuff they showed, you had 4 moves.
Like I have some predictions on the story, but I don't know if I want to say it, and then if it's true, it gives up too much.
let's save that for another video, or excuse me,
Yeah.
another
See if we
podcast.
were right. So we'll go back to this in 2 months and see if you were right, whatever you're thinking.
My most anticipated thing, I guess, would be just the potential surprises. I guess like I definitely wasn't expecting DLC for Sword and Shield, so that was a nice surprise. Um, so there, the potential. So I'm just hoping for the more Pokemon surprises. Uh, I'm very like most also anticipating some of these new Pokemon, which is something I kind of touched based upon in my excitement. But overall, like I'm really looking forward to some of these new Pokemons. They look really cool. Especially that fucking cleaver looking thing. Oh, so cool looking.
Yeah,
Uh,
that looks badass. That's a great design.
yeah, like yeah, I'm that's another thing to touch upon is like, the overall design of this game looks breathtaking, like Breath of the Wild, so
Don't. You're not allowed to say that. You're
uh,
gonna get a lot of people angry.
I know
Breath
it's
of
gonna
the
be
Wild
fucking trees.
invented video games. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
No, it's the
Uh,
first game that ever came out that was good.
It's fine if I become massively disappointed. It is what it is. But I'm anticipating these graphics to be, the best it can be for this game. It is something that we've all been wanting probably since we were teenagers, potentially maybe even when we were already in college. We wanted that open world style kind of game, which again will lead to something else. But overall, I'm definitely just anticipating the overall like opening the door to more Pokemon related things that we've seen in like in pop culture with media, like books, manga, even the shows. Like the potential's there. So that's another thing that I guess it could add to the most anticipated is like, the massive potential that they have here, and that it's gonna open up a new door for something. You never know. And that's what I'm anticipating it could create, and I hope it does create.
Well, I hope that if they do another one, that they finally do complete full open world. That's what I want to see next.
So you know what? This is a great thing to move into. My personal worry is, yes, this is not, no one they didn't advertise this as an open world game. Everyone put that idea out there, including me, including us. When we saw it looks open
Right.
world. So that's why I said, I don't want to be too hype it up too much, but what's going to work against it is the hype and this idea that it is kind of like open world. Everyone assumed it was open world, and the way that if they design this looks open world, so that might work against them. And that's my worry, is that they didn't give what the fans truly wanted. They gave them a taste of it to work. And again, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do worry because, again, this fan base is notorious. Any fan base is really notorious for criticism. Anything, Star Wars, Marvel, everything. Pokemon is up there. That they're gonna critique the shit out of you for the littlest thing. And to be fair, this isn't a little thing. It's a big thing. We've been asking for it. Is an open world. So a worry is that they're gonna try and deliver, but it's not exactly what we want. And to be fair,
Right.
as a consumer, that's on us in a way for maybe expecting that. But it's also like it's like you're so close. You have the potential. It's right there. Like, just can you just move up the pedestal just a bit for yourselves or for us, whatever it is. And lastly, for another worry I had was the that overall, like, the mechanic of the game might just be underwhelming. It's not gonna favor it too well. I won't get too much into it, other than maybe the battle system isn't gonna be what we want it to be. We're so used to a certain model and mold of it. I know Chris touched upon it, but like, they didn't expand on that before. They could have, they should have, maybe. Um, and now they're adding it into this game, so hopefully, it catches on. And that's a little bit of a worry that the battling mechanic might be off. I liked it when I saw it on there, but like, I don't know if me trying actually holding it in my hands and playing it on the screen will actually work for me. That's just me, that's my opinion, because I've never experienced something like that. But then again, I've also like played other games where I don't know how I feel about controlling two characters at the same time. In that one game, I already forgot what it was. Astral Chain.
Astral Chain.
Yeah, Astral Chain, and I wound up liking it. It was a great, very unique gaming style concept. So this, I don't know. I'm a bit worried people are going to be standoffish about that and just kind of like not want to try and already dismissing it, which I'm sure they already are. But it is what it is, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to like it, but I'm a little worried.
Yeah, because I don't know if Nintendo fans are like some of the harshest ones, or if it's just a coincidence that arguably two of the harshest fan bases are Pokemon and Smash fans. But they already confirmed that it's not open world, it's Monster Hunter style, basically.
Right?
And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
wondering who out there doesn't know that, and then when they get the game, they're gonna reduce points by saying, "Oh, I thought it was open world and it's not open world," but it's like the information is out there if you want it.
Then
Um,
that's just bad reporting on there, and I would think,
yeah.
honestly.
And I've been a victim of bad reporting myself. But I I hope the story doesn't become too predictable. There's been games where because the argument I keep hearing is it's a game for kids, right?
Sure.
Of course it is, but also we grew up with Pokemon, so it's like Pokemon grows up with us, and this is possible evidence that it's growing up with us. It's finally changing to something new. But I hope the story isn't too predictable. I want to be surprised. I want some really cool things to happen. And I'm also worried that we may not get enough new Pokemons, enough new designs. Like the one you mentioned earlier is a Scyther form. So I don't know if it's pre-Scyther or post-Scizor.
Yeah.
But I want to see some more, There was a very, very early rumor that the 3 starter Pokemons will have different forms. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. I think
either way,
that's 100% happening.
You think so?
Look, like when Pokemon's marketing stuff, you have to pay really close attention to what they show and what they don't. And there's a reason that in every single trailer for that game, they have only showed the first form of those Pokemon. They have not showed any middle forms. They haven't shown.
This is true.
And even going as far as in a lot of the gameplay, they've specifically had them on level 14, level 15, right at the brink of evolving, but not quite. Not quite. I think that's almost guaranteed.
One thing I'm kind of upset about is the Pokemon you're allowed to ride in the game. I was hoping to be able to choose, certain Pokemons that I want to be able to fly around with and not just be locked to one Pokemon type of thing,
Yeah, I could see that. And Let's Go, you could ride an Aerodactyl and Charizard. So that was kind of cool. I wonder if I haven't tried any other flying Pokemon. I don't know if you could fly Fearow in there, but I get what you mean. That's a pretty fair critique. What about you, Chris? What do you most kind of worry about potentially?
I guess
Any?
I definitely don't I consider myself a pretty casual Pokemon fan. I think a lot of times I hear people talk about Pokemon games like it's life and death, whether or not they like it. I'm just it's really not that serious. I don't care that they don't have all 900 and whatever Pokemon in every fucking game. So I'm not really, I don't know how else to say it other than I'm not really worried about the game itself. I'm worried about the system it's on. Because a lot of the stuff I've been seeing, I'm very nervous that the Switch is not going to run the game as well as it could. The game looks a lot better, looks like it's running a lot smoother than it did at the beginning. Obviously, they were working on it for a while. But I don't know, when that Zelda Dynasty Warriors stuff, was that Hyrule Warriors?
Hyrule Warriors.
When that game came out, that game absolutely got shredded because it was trying to do way too much and the Switch couldn't handle it.
It couldn't. Low frame rate, low performance.
Yeah, because there's just too much on screen. And so I've heard some people complain oh, what if the world is too empty? I'm do you want the game to run or not? It's on the Switch. They just don't have the hardware to have super popular. Go back to Breath of the Wild. That game is super empty too. There's not really that much happening in the overworld. I think that's my biggest worry, just overall, is the Switch is gonna I'm worried about that in general with the Switch. I'm worried that system is gonna start holding back the games that they're trying to make on it, just like all companies.
For sure.
There's got to be a reason there hasn't been another Mario Odyssey game yet, right? They're not whatever they want to do is clearly bigger than the Switch.
Yeah.
But I guess a small thing for Arceus is that I'm worried that some of the side missions look like they could get really repetitive. In the most recent trailer, they showed people in the town giving you missions that were can you go catch this Pokemon so I can see what what the pattern on its ears look like, or are there bigger Pokemon than the one that I caught, even if they're the same species. And that seems like it would be fun to do like a few times. But if that's like, if most of the side missions just end up being different people telling you to go get this Pokemon that they can't remember what it looked like, I feel like what was it? What it was like Assassin's Creed 2 or something got into a lot of trouble because it had too many fetch quests and like too many like go get this and then come back to me. It's like
Right.
I mean, I feel like it'll be fun for a bit because it's different for Pokemon, but I feel like if there's gonna be like 100 of those missions and they're all the same, that could get kind of old, kind of fast, especially if this game looks like it's gonna be as dense with stuff to do as it does. But yeah, that's really I don't I hear people saying like I'm so worried about Arc. I'm like, it's the fucking game, man. Like it's not the end of the world. You don't
Right.
have to like it. You don't have to love it. Like but it's Pokemon. At the end of the day, it's Pokemon.
Well,
I'm a Pokemon fan. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it. I don't know if I've ever hated a Pokemon game that's come out. So maybe
I
I'm
now
not
have
a good source.
I now have a new worry about that fetch quest thing because that could be most of the main story missions because one of the main things about this game is you are creating the first Pokédex. So it
True.
could be, hey, catch these Pokemons and do this. Because if we already know they're doing a Monster Hunter style map. So what if they do a Monster Hunter style mission structure, which is go here and take on this Pokemon and go here and take on that Pokemon.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
I think that's all but confirmed in a way too, because I think they
yeah.
said that you weren't going to be able to catch Arceus until you catch every Pokemon. That was a rumor, and I think it's already been confirmed. So yeah,
I
take
mean,
that as yours.
that's like kind of what they did towards the end of Sword and Shield, where it was like these Dynamax Pokemon are scattered across the map. Like you have to go to this gym and fight this one. You have to go to this gym and fight this one. Like it basically, they kind of started, I guess, looking back now, they did kind of start hinting at a game with that sort of format. Um, but yeah, it's possible. It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible, but let's see if our predictions or worries are to be true. But overall, the excitement is there, I think. Any last words though before we cut this one down?
Yeah, which starter you guys choosing? I'm going with the
Ooh.
grass one.
It's a tough choice because I really like Oshawott. And the thought of it actually evolving into a real samurai, because like Samurai was pretty close. Like, boy, if ever there was a
Yeah.
chance to have a Pokemon just have a sword, this is it. But I think probably Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil doesn't get any love, and I'm so fucking pumped that they actually brought him back for this
I
game.
might do Syndical, but he has notoriously low HP. Like I don't know what it is. I think in the Johto games he had very low HP. That's the only
Yeah,
issue.
he's kind of a glass cannon.
I
Yeah.
just remembered last thought. Didn't they confirm there's no multiplayer?
Yeah, no multiplayer.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough.
You can
DLC.
make trades,
That's good.
but
But you can't
there's
battle.
no like online battling, I don't think.
Oh fuck. Oh
What's the
fuck.
point?
All right. Game sucks. Confirmed. Anthony on tech. Game sucks. Fuck this game.
0 out of 10. You
Don't
can't
censor
battle your
me.
friends. Halo Infinite. You can't play co-op campaign.
At least there's multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's it for this one, guys. Tune back in for the Anthony Olan Tech review in about 2 weeks. Nah, just kidding. But thank you so much. We're happy to be back. And hopefully we can bring you some more cool, fun pop culture related things. But my name is Frankie Rodriguez, Christopher Langsdorff, and Anthony Olan. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Say goodbye, guys.
Later.
Later.